Herson is a regional center in the very south of Ukraine, located on the Dnipro River. It was occupied by the Russian military in the very beginning, the first week of the full-scale invasion in 2022, and was liberated after 9 months of occupation and brutal repressions in November 2022. Since then, Kherson city and the Kherson region on the liberated side of the Dnipro River was a constant target for the Russian artillery, tank, mortar, ballistic missiles, Shahid drones, and FPV drone attacks. Basically, pretty much every type of weapon in the Russian military possession can reach this city. As a result, the regions and the districts by the river, which in this area of Ukraine is only about 800 meters to 1 kilometer wide, have been destroyed. There's almost no life there. There's still some residents hiding there in the ruined houses and in the basements, but there's no water, no electricity, no heating, no communication there, and some volunteers occasionally deliver food. As for the rest of Kherson, we still have about 60,000 residents, that is civilian Ukrainians, of which about 5,000 are children living in Kherson. Some have left and then came back because the cost of living in Ukraine and other parts of Europe are very expensive, and people without income can't afford them. I'm an American journalist, and I have been living here for the last 3 years. In this last 3 years, the daily life has deteriorated drastically. Right now, there's less and less power, water in the area where I'm staying, and because of the constant attacks, there are very few vehicles that can reach the downtown area where I live.
From the psychological aspect, maybe for you as a journalist who's seen a lot of things, probably, definitely, about daily life in Kherson, about people that are trying to live there or try to survive there, how is this psychological effect there?
It is the job of a war correspondent to report from the ground, the frontline cities, and at the front line. As a human being, it is getting very difficult at times because the number of people I knew who were killed is on the rise every day. We're losing someone, as I have. Every day we have casualties. There are up to 20 injured a day. So among those killed, there are often people I knew and worked with. Yesterday was a hard day because military drone hunters, they call them here, the member of a anti-drone mobile unit I worked with last week was killed by a drone right on the spot where we just worked together. And he was a very nice person. I've been working on and off for about a year, and it was very, very hard emotionally. And this morning I woke up to some yoga, which was ended with 3 guided aerial bomb. So there was, at the moment when you say we had boom. But humor and friends and some athletic routines and physical fitness do help a lot.
About these attacks, could you tell about this escalation? Is it the same as it was before, or the situation is getting worse and worse in the city?
The situation is getting significantly worse by day. Every day we have dozens of cars burned and destroyed by Russian FPV drones, that is by the Russian pilots who are located on the other side of the river and can see very well that they are targeting civilian population, that they are targeting women, children, elderly, animals sometimes. This is non-stop, ongoing, and the brutality and intensity of these attacks are on the rise. The situation gets worse and worse, and just last week there was an order issued to evacuate mandatory and urgently parts of the city of Kherson and the region.
About the daily life for people, so about the access for uh, things that we would say that are completely understandable everywhere else, like water, food, medicine, any other appliances. How is this life there? Because it's not a matter of couple of days; it's a matter of years that's been happening now there in Kherson. So how people are surviving there?
Some areas are worse than others, and the line of the really bad area, let's put it this way, the Russians call it red zone, or sometimes it is referred to as a kill zone. But this is a zone where it's very hard to survive. There is no electricity, no water, no heating, no gas, no communication. Basically, anything you can think of, it is not there. There are no supplies, logistics completely broken. In these areas, people are still surviving, but it's a very harsh life, and people are getting killed there by drones, artillery, and other weapons on a daily basis. And then it's very hard to retrieve the bodies because the vehicles and the transport does not reach there. In the other areas of Kherson, which is a big city, life is easy, and there are still parts where pretty much everything is functioning and where there are all services available: electricity, water, gas, communications, internet. In those parts, Ukrainians, as a very comfort loving nation, are maintaining very high standard of living. If you walked into some restaurants or cafes that are still open, you'd be shocked. And inside, even though you hear the constant sound of bombing and explosions and drones buzzing outside, the service and the cuisine and the quality of dishes are, everything to write home about. It's better than back home in San Francisco.
What would be for the future, for nearer future, coming weeks? What is the biggest concern about happening? So you already mentioned that apparently, if there's a better weather, there's a bigger chances that there will be a drone attacks. So in this case, like worse weather means a bit safer environment for the people. So for the next weeks, maybe also for the general frontline extensions and everything, how would you see Kherson might look like?
This is unpredictable. As for the weather, let's be honest. In the last 15 minutes, I still heard at least 3 or 4, maybe 5 drones. That is an easy situation. So you can imagine that on the clear weather, we have several drones every minute. That's the intensity. And those drones are meant to target, kill, and destroy. And that's what they do. So this prospect is not bright unless something drastic is happening, and we are hopeful for that because there's a lot of changes in Kiev. As you know, Ukraine has a new commander in chief. He is very respected and well known in Ukraine, and there is a lot of optimism connected with this development. And we have very capable military located here. The defenders of Kherson, the 34th Brigade, are doing tremendous job protecting the city. So there's still a certain amount of positive attitude, and that's the only way, honestly, Hersonians are able to survive all the horrors that I have been showing you today and that I'll show you today. The attitude is still the Russians cannot come back. They've been here. They did horrible things. They tortured, killed, and destroyed Kherson and Hersonians, and nobody wants them back. And people are going to fight to the end to prevent that. So there's both pessimism, optimism, and most more than anything realism and just desire to fight them back. And what I should add probably, I'm here reporting from the ground. I'm also finishing my second documentary about Kherson. The first one is called Kherson Human Safari. And that film and part in my reports gave this horrible name to this terrible campaign when the pilots are hunting humans, and it's ongoing, it's not going away. And if we are not able to do something in the international community, this terror campaign will spill over, and we will see that in Europe, in America, and all over the globe. So this is not just something restricted to the southern city in Ukraine. This is the future of the warfare, and this is the future of the humankind. And as I have said, speaking at multiple conferences and at Munich security conferences in Brussels, I spoke to the governments of Germany, of the United States. We need to keep keep our focus on this future of the warfare and adjust the laws, adjust the means to fight back. Otherwise, we will all become targets of human safari.